So it doesn't worry me anyway, I just need to get used to speaking in public. So the audience that matters today is right here in front of me, in front of my cameras. So I was a little unorganised today. I didn't get to do things on time, so running late, and I was meant to go and pick up a lectern from the church, but that's closed now. So I'm going to have to read to you my speeches from my phone. I'll be with you in a minute. So kia ora koutou. Ko hara te tuku waka, ko tapu ai ngoi koe tuku maunga, ko wairai tuku awa, ko waikawa tuku marae, ko arapawa tuku pai tupuna, ko te atiawa tuku iwi, ko Emily Haura tuku ingoa, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Today I'm going to be talking about the many issues that we are facing within our government system and within our tribal affairs nationwide. The kind of issues I'm talking about have been a strategised global corporate takeover that originated from Nazi concentration camp of Auschwitz, Germany. Former SS officers from Germany had migrated to America and been assisted by Nazi supporters working for the American government to gain employment and therefore establishing the beginnings of an organised crime ring strategy and the continuation of Hitler's vision to gain world dominance of Nazi rule worldwide. I'm going to read to you some of the history of World War II so that you may gain understanding of just how much there is much corruption within our system of things, within the government and tribal affairs. This story begins with the history of Unit 731 in Manchuria, China, 1937 to 1945. Manchu Detachment 731 was a biological and chemical warfare research and development unit of the Imperial Japanese Army. They conducted unethical, lethal experimentation on thousands of Chinese subjects and had active branches throughout China and Southeast Asia. After the Japanese attacks on Pearl Harbor, the American government struck Hiroshima, which saw the surrender of Japan. The US government offered full political immunity to Japanese scientists and high-risk ranking officers involving in perpetrating these crimes against humanity in Manchuria, China. Between 1945 and 1959, a secret United States intelligence program involving further data from German scientists, engineers and technicians was developed, and 12 years later, with the knowledge of recorded data from both Japanese scientists and German scientists, the Defence Advanced Research Projects Agency, which is responsible for all the emerging technologies for the US Defence Forces, received funding to trial out a new method of telepathic communication device known as neural interface technology or brain-computer interface. US soldiers had agreed to voluntarily have their implants inserted and observation began. The purpose of the interface technology was to monitor human thought patterns, crime prevention, would also ultimately control the future of prevention of indigenous cultures, the nations becoming educated, running a successful business, and the most disturbing thing of all, that it was a cleverly strategized monitoring system that would complement the World War II genetic research carried out by Bindolph of human cloning of sets of twins. And this is what my speech today is all about. It's about the fact that organised crime at its highest level have been illegally allowed to get away with illegally abducting, detaining, torturing, mutilating, brainwashing through correction of these protesters, those who protested against the human rights of those who had been incarcerated in secret hidden prisons and underground prisons, and in New Zealand in particular this kind of authority had been gained through the unofficial fourth article of Te Tiriti or Waitangi, which had been set aside for religion and Māori customary practices and traditions. The growing society of racism and attitude towards what society should look like is evident in the number of homeless whānau we have living in their vehicles, sleeping rough, staying on the couches of friends and families, on the streets, and even in emergency accommodation of motels. Through this technology of neural interface, our people are controlled, and everything they have ever tried to do and succeed in legitimately has been declined through the connection that these brain computers have with not only the computer systems we use, but the monitoring agencies that are paid by corporate companies to prevent any progression towards health and well-being of our people, because they do not want us in society. What they want is fair-skinned, good-looking people to educate. They do not want dark, ugly, overweight people to be a part of society. And I'm not just talking about Māori, but the Pākehā too, because those who are descended from certain bloodlines, the only way that things are progressing for us these days is towards the need for us to establish our sovereign tribal authority under Kohuera. I'd just like to share with you that the reason there is a need for our own sovereign tribal authority is because our government departments and tribal affairs have become infected with racism and inequality due to the fact that human cloning under a twin conspiracy has been going undetected ever since World War II, but before World War II, and is now getting out of hand in many areas nationwide. The way that they have been getting away with this fraud and forgery is through the experiments that were carried out by Blenheim at Auschwitz, Germany, in World War II, where sets of twins were created from the deceased, which include Dalmatians, Italian Gypsies, and other nationalities captured by the Germans, imprisoned by the Germans. One twin would be adopted out, and one twin would remain in the enslavement and control of the Nazi. From there, in those times, secret hidden detention camps similar to the concentration camps in Germany were set up around the globe. Under the fourth article of Te Tiriti o Waitangi, white supremacy movement was established in South Island, set up by corrupt religious leaders of white supremacy, or Freemasons of white supremacy of the Nazi regime, and had been in operation in New Zealand since before World War II also began. In saying this, I give warning to our Pākehā brothers and sisters that they too have been victims of such a conspiracy, and I have witnessed many who have lost their homes, their lands, their loved ones through these great injustices that give us reason for a redress of Te Tiriti o Waitangi settlements and the need for a sovereign authority outside of the New Zealand government as one iwi made up of the many peoples who have not benefited from their treaty settlements. Also having non-Māori seats available for those who wish to have a voice in Māori parliaments. To govern our own affairs, to be protected under the seat of the Crown of England. Okay, my speech seems to have disappeared, but there will be more speeches. There's a lot going on in our country, and it needs to be sorted, because I can see a lot of riots coming up. If we don't address them, they need to be addressed. So I was supposed to speak for a couple of hours. On the 8th of we've got the whole square booked out, and we'll be having more speeches and including a number of people who wish to come and speak about the issues that they have, stories that they can share of enslavement, all sorts, injustices that have been done to them. Why our people feel the need to deal crack or go and prostitute themselves, commit crime that's been going on. So, on the first of the month, next month, I'll be coming back to speak again, and I will be more organised. I'll have some flyers and things to hand out to people. If you're interested to learn more, you can contact us on, we have a website, it's a Wix website, which is, excuse me. Actually, you can contact us on our charitable trust company that is being set up to take out to the government strategies that have been worked on with the Department of Corrections, where we were declined for the money that we needed to help benefit the health and well-being of our people, because they have not been benefiting from the treaty settlements, and this is through the corruption speaking about of the twin conspiracy, because our people have been corrupted in this way. We have been looking at a corporate takeover that has been gone undetected for decades now. So if you're interested to find out more and you would like to hear more about registering with our tribal authority, which is, our website is www.dragonguides.wixsite.com/website. I'll say that again, www.dragonguides.site.com/website. If you're curious to know where the name Dragon Guides comes from, it's in relation to our whakapapa, which you do need to have the bloodlines to whakapapa to register for this authority. We'll be calling on those of our people who whakapapa back to the Harotu Waka, to our primary ancestor of Tiatiawa, the Emperor of China, who fled his throne in the 1400s. Now they were just Johnny-come-latelys on that one. It was the giant mother ship of the Ming Dynasty trading fleets. And our emperor did survive. We're calling for all his descendants to come and be registered and to help us establish our tribal authority. We are descendants of Genghis Khan. And it's time that people stop disrespecting us in our own community, in our own tribal area. Okay guys, I've got to go now. I'll be back soon. I have to go and move the car. I'll be back soon. Back again, I had to find some parking. So as I was saying about our history and our ancestry, the name that the Māori and Pacific Island people had for our ancestor was Pāwa. And the waka that he arrived on here was the Harota waka. Now, although he was a Johnny-come-lately and all the ones who were on that waka were Johnny-come-latelys, the history and the ancestry of the whakapapa of our tipuna, Pāwa, goes back to Aboriginal dream times of the legend of the Seven Sisters and the Sand Dog. He went chasing seven sisters and he fell in love with the older sister. And that maunga in the Awatere Valley, Tapuai Nuku, is his ancient maunga. So his coming here to this nation was no coincidence. He was brought here by the spirits on that ship. So through his bloodline, I call all his descendants to come back home to your lands and help us establish that tribal authority, that sovereign authority that we are entitled to. And it is written in the Pākehā book. It's an authority that's been a long time coming to those of us who have suffered, to his descendants. And through his whakapapa, this gives way for every other criminal around the world, around the globe to register under our tribal authority, to every gang around the world and within this nation to come and register, because that is our force. The only reason they've ended up doing the things that they do, dealing drugs, is because they can't get ahead anywhere because of these neural interface implants that came from the American government. We have a lot of grievances with America. They control a lot of things. Our people can't even get educated because of those implants. I'm in the middle of a corporate law case that I had to take on myself. I'm not even a lawyer, but I can't trust any lawyers or anybody. The only person I can trust is me. And I have a huge case coming up. And I haven't even been able to share my grievances with the Royal Commission of Inquiry. Old survivors who have been abused in state care and faith-based institutes. I'm a former member of the Survivor Advisory Group for the Royal Commission of Inquiry of those who have been abused in state care and faith-based institutes. I was dismissed from the course, from the group when I started to share many of the things that I had been sharing. I'd been to the Amnesty International. They didn't want to know, they told me, go away, don't call us back. I wanted to be an advocate for this area of Marlborough. And so I had no choice and no other way to get my message and my stories out there but to advertise it on Facebook Live, which is what I've been doing, as well as YouTube now. So on the 1st of the month, next Friday, I'll be back with some more speeches, hopefully gathering more people, and our crowd will grow just as Khan's grew when he started out. Thank you all for listening today. I'll just share with you again our website. If you're interested in sending us a message via our website, www.dragonflies.wixsite.com/website. I could share more with you about the history and the whakapapa of the non-Māori seats within our tribal authority, which is there under Ngāti Wikitoria, which is there for Irish, Scottish, English and Welsh. The ancient whakapapa. That's me for today. Thank you very much for listening. Okay, we've got home now.